This is an important topic for you, related to shock. I think my colleague has told you about the shock, what is that, what is the physiology, pathophysiology. So now we are concerned with the patients. The patients are coming to our hospital, and how we will counsel them. So counsel patient and families about the treatment and prognosis of shock. Communicate and counsel patients and families about the treatment and prognosis of shock, demonstrating empathy and care. So actually, as a doctor, when we are treating the patients, we have to tell them, the patient party as well as the patient, what is the situation, and you should show your empathy and care to them. So this is the way of a doctor, how we counsel those patients. This is an important topic. This is a structured exam-oriented, yet practical guide on how to communicate and counsel patients and families about treatment and prognosis of shock while demonstrating empathy. Empathy care useful for clinical practice, usually OSCE and theory answers. This is a very important topic. Sometimes it can be asked in your exam and in OSCE. OSCE, OSPI, you know. No? So they will be telling you all this. So first, our how we talk to the patient party or patient. How you prepare the patient for conversation. Prepare and conversation. What are those? Ensure privacy and quiet environment. So you should talk to the patient party in privacy, not in front of everybody. The situation has to be created by you with the patient and patient party. Sit at eye level. You sit at the chair, the patient party will be just opposite you. Sit at the eye level, maintaining open body language. Means you are concerned with the patient, that you show that your body language is also important to the patient party. Identify the key family decision maker. You should identify not all the people, patient party. You see the key man. You ask them that your family, who is the guardian or who will be taking care of this patient, I want to talk to him. So key person that family has to be, and who is decision maker, you have to talk to him. Use simple non-technical language. The technical language that shock is that, this, that and that and that. You should not use those jargons, medical jargons. It should be simple word, you should talk to the patient party. Establish rapport and show empathy. That is the first thing. After showing your concern about the patient, you should begin with concern. Like, I understand this is a very difficult time for you. This is a very difficult time for you. We are here with you and doing anything which is needed from us. We are here with you and doing everything possible from our part. This is the way of telling them that you are having concern with this patient. Then you should acknowledge the emotion. You should acknowledge the emotion of this patient. Like, it's normal to feel scared and overwhelmed. You have to tell them that this patient's condition is this. So it is a simple thing, means it is a thing that your situation is overwhelmed and you are scared in this situation of this patient. So acknowledge the emotion is very important. You show your concern about this patient. Acknowledge the emotion of this patient party. And you should explain the condition. That means patient is suffering from shock. So you should clearly tell about these things. Like shock means the body is not going through getting the enough blood and oxygen to vital organs. So shock is definition, you should tell them that shock is the status of the body which is not getting enough blood and oxygen to vital organs. So the shock occurred. So this is the word you should tell the patient party. Then you should avoid jargons, means use analogies if needed. You should tell about the situation, what is happened to him. So but avoid jargons, means medical jargons you should not tell. Then briefly explain the cause if known. If cause is known, you should tell about the usually causes are infection, bleeding, heart problems. So the causes of shock you should explain to the patient party. Then discuss the treatment plan. After showing your concern, you should tell them about the treatment. The patient is having shock, the treatment we are giving, we will talk to them. You should explain step by step. What are the immediate life-saving measures you are taking, especially the fluids. We are starting with fluids, no? IV fluids has to be given, then oxygen, then some medications, and usually blood transfusion if needed. So the treatment you are giving, which are life-saving measures, you should tell this to the patient. Then advanced support if required. You should tell about advanced support which is required. Maybe consent is needed from them, like ventilator is needed, ICU care, then dialysis may be needed in some patients. So advanced support if required, you should tell them that these are the things we may need, like ventilator, ICU care, dialysis, etc. Then after telling it, you should reassure them that these treatments are aimed at stabilizing the patient and supporting the organ while we treat the causes. So we are treating the patient to save the patient, to stabilize the patient, and this is the way of treatment we are giving. You should tell them, patient party, clearly. Then communicate prognosis honestly and compassionately. The prognosis of the patient you should tell patient party, that be truthful yet hopeful. It should be from your part, no? Be truthful. You should tell the actual thing which you are doing. Yeah. You should be truthful yet hopeful. You should show that I am treating the patient, your patient may be all right. He will be all right. So another, avoid false reassurance. So that you should not give the false reassurance. You should not give. Then use balanced statement. Your talking should not be hodgepodge. You should tell it about the balanced talking has to be done. Like the condition is serious and life-threatening, but treatment has already started. Then response varies from person to person. The next 24 to 48 hours are critical for this patient, for your patient. So this is the way of talking to the patient party. The condition is serious, you tell them the patient is in shock, so patient's condition is serious and it is life-threatening, but treatment has already started. Then response varies from person to person. So you tell them, the patient party, that response may be varied, he may not be recovered that quickly, it will take some time. The next 24 to 48 hours are critical for your patient. So this is very important. Explain uncertainty clearly. The uncertainty which is there after giving the treatment about the patient, you tell that all the stages At this stage, it is difficult to predict the outcome, but we will keep you informed regularly. We will inform you regularly. So the reassurance is there, but you are not sure that whether patient will be recovered or not. But you should keep them informed regularly. Then involve family in care and decision making. You should involve the family in care and decision making. Who is taking care of this patient? You should help them. You should involve this family also with you. There are few questions. You can encourage questions like, please feel free to ask anything at any time. You ask the patient party that the things you want to tell us, you want to know from us, you should not hesitate. You should tell this free to ask anything at any time. You are available all the time, and you should feel free to ask anything anytime. Then clarify consent for procedures if needed. If any procedures is needed, like any surgery is needed, or ventilation or any other things are needed, you should clarify. You should ask for consent. Informed consent has to be taken from the patient. Then discuss goals of care when appropriate. What are the goals of your patient? Goals of your treatment. You should tell them appropriately which is needed. You have to tell this thing to the patient party. Then provide emotional support. You should show your concern, empathy, but provide emotional support. You should tell about offer reassurance of continuous care. Offer reassurance of continuous care, like the team is monitoring the patient round the clock. You are assuring the patient party about your treatment. Means all the time we are there, we are monitoring the patient. Then allow silence and space for emotions. You should not tell it and go away. You should give some time for your support. Then offer support services if available. If support services are available, like counseling is important, and social workers may be available, you can take the help of them. Then spiritual support also may be needed when you are thinking that it is needed for the patient party and the patient. So counseling, then social workers and spiritual support may be needed. You can take help from them. Then end the conversation with support and availability. Then your conversation should not continue for long. So you should end the conversation with support and availability. Like summarize key points briefly. The key points which are in your how you are treating them, you should summarize the key points. Then reaffirm commitment. You have to reaffirm the commitment. We will update you regularly and remain available. And I am a bit late, so next teacher is waiting for you. So I should finish it now. Thank you very much.